So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's health seminar. As usual, being a Sunday, we normally meet and we discuss matters health, how we can live a longer, healthier life. And today we are especially privileged. We have a fantastic guest speaker talking to us. And then we have a gentleman, a medic, who is going to give us a testimony on the products and how they have worked for him. So without further ado, I want to invite Emma Mida to actually take it away. Emma, karibu.
Thank you very much, friend. Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to have you this evening as we have our usual health talk. Emma Mida, very excited. I joined this business a while ago after I met with a friend of mine who asked me if I wanted to make additional income. And since I was working, I said yes. And I decided to do it on part-time basis. I am married, a mother of two. Then my son was very young, so I thought I could do it part-time, and if I make the kind of money that we're talking about it, I can give up employment and be a full-time mom. So I started doing the business seriously, and within 7 months, I had made a director-size business, which gave me enough income to quit employment and be able to take care of my family. So today I'm a homestay mom, taking care of my children as I do this business. Now, one of the benefits that I got after getting started is that my son was young with a very serious eczema, which is a skin condition, wounds on the body, a lot of allergies. I had been to many hospitals, seen several dermatologists. It wasn't working. You go for clinic, you're given a cream. After 3 days, the condition is back. But after I joined the opportunity and decided to use the products, and I gave him the full children's program for about 3 months, and the problem was gone, completely gone. So that was a plus for me, and I was very happy about it. Many people in my family have benefited a lot from the supplements, especially because of health. And we have many other products that you can benefit from. The other benefit is that our business being in many countries and being a business that you can do from home, I was able to travel to many places because my spouse happens to move around a lot. So I've traveled the world courtesy of this business because I could do it from wherever I am. And of course, there's the money and there's the travel. Like we just come back from the Tanzania for our Impact Summit. So there are many things that you can gain from our business. And of course, I see the future bright with the future travels and touching many people's lives, especially on healthcare. So today, my business here is to talk about the healthcare for our children. And I want to share my screen. Yeah, so today we are talking about children's health because most of us, if you're on call today, you're either a mother, a father, you are related to a child, a brother, grandchildren, neighbors, friends, your children's friends. So it is important to look at the health of our children because we want the best for them in life, not just giving them best education. We also need to give them good health so that they can be able to move along without many issues. But we find today in most cases, we are not very keen on health, and we find there are many issues coming up with children because of poor eating habit. And you find this is how we feed our children sometimes, especially today being a Sunday after church, maybe you want some quick fix, pass by, get some pizza, some chicken, that kind of food that you find on this side, instead of feeding our children like this. So when you feed our children in this, you find that the junking does not quite help them. And some of the conditions, some of the things that you should avoid junking for is you find many kids experiencing constipation. I had a customer who was trying to sort out, the daughter is 9 years, suffering a lot of constipation because of poor eating. There's addiction. When you start eating a lot of these fast foods, there's addiction to eating them. They are sweet, they are tasty, but they don't do much for your body, and it's very hard to change later in life. So the earlier we start avoiding them, the better. You find kids with less energy. They are tired.
Sorry, the screen is not moving. Just click on enable editing and then go to slideshow, start from the beginning.
Sorry, it's not moving.
Yeah, just click on where it is written enable editing. Then you go to slideshow and then start from the beginning. Okay, now it have you clicked on enable editing? It shows enable editing. Just click on it. Can you see that place where it's written enable editing? Yeah, just click on it.
Yes, I have.
Now you've disappeared. Now the screen has disappeared. I think you need to reshare.
No, I'll share it again.
Okay. But go to slideshow, start from the beginning. Just where it's written, start from the beginning.
Can you see it now?
Yeah. So go to slideshow. Go to slideshow. Up there, there's slideshow. Over here, where my cursor is.
Over where?
Where my cursor is. Look at my cursor. There's slideshow. Then click start from the beginning. At the very top. Next to there's home, there's next, there's up there. Can you see home? At the very top.
Is it moving?
Yeah.
It's moving now?
Yes, you can work with it that way, I guess. Yeah, you can go on with it that way, no problem. That is on the first screen. Better. That's it. That's good.
Is it moving?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I was talking, sharing about the health of our children, because we want them to get the most out of life. We normally take them to good schools and we want the best in performance, yet sometimes we don't feed them well, and you're as healthy as your body. So it is very important to look at what you eat. And I was saying, like today being Sunday, you find most people after church, they want to have quick fixes or outings, and mostly you land on fast foods, and you end up feeding your children in a lot of junk food, which is sweet, tasty, and filling, and like eating the healthy foods, which can be a bit boring unless you learn how to make them more interesting for the children. And then you find why we avoid junking is that children suffer from constipation because there's hardly roughage from the junk food. There's addiction from the foods, and it's very hard to change that later in life. Children have less energy. You find kids waking up, they're even tired in the morning. Another cause of junking is that you can suffer from depression because of obesity. Once you have obesity, the results in lower self-esteem. There's sleep disturbances because of the drinks that we take have a lot of caffeine, hyperactivity because of sugar and fats, and you find that some kids can hardly settle down, even it takes longer to sleep. So we need to change that to avoid many complications. Studies are showing now that many young children are even suffering from diabetes because of the way we are feeding them. And it is important to change that while it's still early enough. So we are saying this is how your child's plate should look like. Fruits and vegetables should take half of the plate. Grains a quarter, protein another quarter, and you'll have healthy, happy children. So when we talk about health grain, these are some of the healthy greens that you need to use. We have whole wheat, we have quinoa, we have bulgur, buckwheat, brown rice, and in our case, in Kenya, mostly we do wheat and maize, so even popcorns are healthy. And whole grain, it is very important because when you eat the whole grain is where you get the lipids and sterols, which help your cell, because your body is as healthy as your cell, it will help the cell to be better. And then you can get in more nutrients. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, we should be able to have 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables, colored fruits and vegetables. Again, I find that we consume a lot of the fruit that is in season. If it's watermelon, we eat watermelon for a month or two, and because it's cheap and available. Then you change to mango, one fruit at a time. So it's important to make sure that the plate has enough of the colored fruits and vegetables so that you can have the carotenoids out of it. When we come to protein, we should have a lot of plant-based protein. They also have enough protein in them. So you should eat more of the plant protein instead of the animal-based. When it comes to animal-based, you reduced, and especially like the red meat, you eat lean with less fat. That will be good to getting the proteins, the required proteins for your children. Then, so we are saying this is how, when you feed your child properly, should be happy as this girl here. And you can see that you need different fruits, vegetables, grains for every part of your body, for the brain, for the eyes, for the teeth, for the digestive systems, for the muscles. To fuel your body, you need all those nutrients in your body. But again, we find in most cases, we are not able to get that. And this is where Neolife will come in to try to bridge the nutritional gap that has been created by not being able to feed well. So Neolife is a company that has been around for the last over 65 years. It began as a small vision, as a small enterprise, small organization that was visioned by our founder, that is Jerry Brasfield. You can see him here, 60 years later, doing very well. He was suffering from asthma, but after using the vitamins and getting better, he decided he can build his vision by touching as many people's lives as possible. And he was hoping just to help people around his area, but the business has grown as big as in over 55 countries worldwide. And our mission statement we say is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. Now, the Neolife, why the Neolife difference is that we are the only scientific advisory board. These are world-renowned scientists who've been around for many years, and like our founder, member of the scientific advisory board, Dr. Riphath, he was the guy behind the chemotherapy for cancer. So when he crossed over to Neolife, he did an antidote which you can take after cancer to remove the toxins that are in the system. So we are talking of products that are scientists. You can Google them if you want more information about the scientists. And then they check our products right from the soil until it gets able to make sure that the product is potent and it does exactly what it says it does. So the products, we have products that work. And one of the products that we deal with for children is the VitaGuard, which is made from many fruits and vegetables, and antioxidant. With one serving has several fruits and vegetables. It is sweet and chewable. So it's very good for young kids. It has no artificial flavors and preservatives. The other thing is that we have the next product, which is the Vita Squares. It's with vitamin with the threonine concentrate. The threonine concentrate is oil that has been extracted from the whole grains that I talked earlier about. When you extract the oils from the wheat, rice, and soya, you get the lipids and sterols, which help lubricate the cell membrane such that the nutrients can get in, waste can go out, and you have energized children that and their immunity is able to improve from the other nutrients that they get. It also has vitamin A, which is also good for the eyesight. We have the vitamin C, which contributes to the proper functioning of the immune system and protects the cells from oxidation and reduces the body fatigue. So when you take that, it boosts the general immunity of the child. Then we have the omega-3 oil. We have the salmon oil, which has omega-3. New Life, we've been able to extract all the 8 family members of the omega-3s, and especially the EPA and DHA, which are very essential for the body. For the children, it will help also cure and prevent colds, flus, chest pains. Basically, it's an anti-inflammatory product, so it can reduce all inflammations in the body. Also, it's very good for a healthy brain. You realize that when the babies, it's very important for their brain. Babies' brains start developing the last trimester before birth and the first 6 months after birth. So it's very important for mothers to take the omega-3 to make sure that the brains develop properly and other body organs. Then you have a healthy child. It's also good for strong heart and body development, and basically any inflammation in the body is sorted. So every nursing mother or a child, it's important that you give them the omega-3. Then we have the NutriShake, which is a protein powder, very good for the whole family, but especially for children. It has all the 22 and bridge the gap of the nutrition that we don't get. It is very good for babies who can't feed well. If your baby is a meal and your child is able to get all the nutrients, if the kids have allergies, it helps reduce those allergies. It can replace a meal for the kids who have weight, for the young children who have weight issues. And then it is a high quality protein with low fats. Then we have 3 flavors. We have the chocolate, the vanilla, and the strawberry. You just mix 2 scoops. In our market, we don't have the sachets, but 2 scoops of the powder you mix with the cold milk or fresh fruit juice, not the juice, or just water, and it works well. And it's very tasty. Kids will love it. Then for the teens and young adults, we have, instead of the Vita Squares, we have the Formula 4, which is very good to take care, energizes the body and cleans their cells. We have the salmon oil, good for the brain, the heart, anti-inflammation, as I said. We have the zinc and we have mind enhancement. These are some of the products that we even recommend for young people doing exams. And there we have products that you can recommend, especially for children who are sitting for exams, but there's no magic. You need to start early enough, early in the year. You don't give today and expect them to pass tomorrow, because that the brain power to be able to study well. Zinc improves on the concentration And then the mind enhancement enhances the memory. So if you treat and get good grades, and it does much more than just for the exam. It's also to use zinc. And one of the things that can make you know that teenagers are lacking in zinc is acne on their skin. That tells you they're lacking in zinc. So it's important to give the product enough. Then as I end, it's also very important to talk about the detergents. We have very good detergents, organic, they are biodegradable, they get back to natural form once you use them. They are versatile products that you can use for many uses, and they are economical. Especially when now that we're talking about the children, that you can use the detergent, the G1 laundry, the soft, to wash their clothes, because as we are talking about their health and thinking about how to keep them healthy, we find some of the detergents in the market are very harsh on the skin of the children, especially the small ones. So it is very important to recommend to young mothers or people have children to use the detergents that are very safe and they are not going to irritate their skin. So the health is not just the supplement, even the environment. So you can use those products to take care of the washing, the beddings, and then you don't have skin allergies, irritations from the harsh chemicals. You can also use products like LDC, so light duty concentrate. It will help clean your fruits and vegetables to reduce the dirt that you can eat, because when you get fruits from the market, you don't know how they have been kept. So it's good to clean them before you feed them to the children, and also to clean the fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, to clean the utensils so that they stay on the plates that you're serving them with food. If they are young children and you're scared that they're crawling and getting all the germs, we have Care. Care is a very good disinfectant, which you can even disinfect the floors once you clean with it. Disinfect the kids' clothes or utensils after cleaning them. You can even use it to rinse their bodies once you're done cleaning them. And we also have skincare products. We have personal care products like PCC, which is a very mild soap that you can use to clean the kids. It has no chemicals, no irritation. And finally, we have aloe vera gel, which you can use to apply any irritation on the nappy area or any skin irritation. The insect bites. If you're taking them to the sun, you can apply the aloe vera gel to help them, protect them from the harsh sun sometimes. So with all these, you'll talk to the person who invited you. They can give you a full range of the products that can help you take care of your children, and you have healthy children. And when you use these products, again, the benefits is that the children do not miss to go to school because they're in good health. So those are the products I was going to talk about. And anyone can use the products. They are not habit-forming, they are not side effects. And it is very important to talk to people who can use these products. I remember when my son was only 7 years old and he was in school, his friend had asthma and he could play football. So every time he was just watching, and they have to make sure he has his inhaler with himself. But one day my son told him to go and tell his mom, to talk to his mom about the product. In the evening, that lady called me because he said if a 7-year can recommend something, it must work. She had heard about it, but she never bothered. So we put him on the asthma products for the children. He took it. After a while, he noticed that the son was no longer going to school with the inhaler. First, she was very surprised and almost took it to school, but the house help told told her that he hadn't used it for several weeks. That means the asthma was actually clearing off. And today, it does not use that asthma. So if anybody, once you use the product, you have confidence to recommend to anybody, and then we can change the world and have a better world. So that is what I had for today. And you'll have me invite a very serious medic to give us his testimony about this product, on how he has been able to help people from this side of the health nutrition, having come from the conventional world of medicine. So help, Riphath, if you're there, please.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yes.
My name is Riphath Simba. I am a biomedical scientist by training. And I get to know about these products where I was an intern at KNH. And surprisingly enough, one of the medic was a member of the NEORIFE, but I met in the NEORIFE. What motivated me to join the NEORIFE family is the condition of the patients I used to see in the hospital, because most of the time we used to, when we do an experiment, I was
Simba,
passionate about
Simba,
cancer so
you're
much.
not visible. We
Yes?
can hear you, but you're not visible. Your video is blocked, is off.
Okay.
Is it possible for you to put
Let me
on
try
your
to,
video? Are you in a position to do that? Ah, fantastic. That's better. Much better.
Yeah, I'm just, I've parked my car around the road. I can be able to share before I proceed.
That's okay.
So what I noticed with the, my fellow medics is that once we performed the procedure and we came to the end of it, we used to say, now we can't do much. But I got motivated and I joined NEORIFE, and the products have been really good. Let me talk about the products for the children. Let me give 3 instances where I've helped children overcome various challenges. The latest is my brother's daughter. She was born with acne, and they sought information from me how they can manage, because it was really irritating. During the night, she couldn't sleep at all at that tender age. I recommended Riphath, and that product worked wonders. In fact, the issue to share it with our 4-year-old sister, who used to, when she has taken any drink with sugar, then she could develop a lot of fever and also a lot of flu. Because of that, they shared the Riphath, and all of them, the older sister, the flu, she overcame the flu more quicker, and even the parents were wondering how she was able to now take a soda without even now developing a flu. So Riphath is one of the products for the tender age, 0 years to 4 years. It contains the both beta squares and beta guard and some other ingredients, which are very wonderful for immune boosting. So these young people, we need to boost the immunity at the end of the age, because they start facing the harsh environment immediately, and their bodies start fighting for the defense mechanism. Now, this young daughter overcame the acne. Within 6 months, she was able to overcome the acne, and now she's free. She's now 3 years old, and her skin is wonderful. I mean, it's really good. Another case is I met my neighbor who had a daughter, 10 years old. She was suffering from tonsillitis. recurring tonsillitis. She could be given medicine from the hospital, but again, after the medicine, after a few months, again, it will reoccur. Now, before I talk about what happens, tonsillitis is also it's because of a bacteria. And if this bacteria is not well managed, it escapes and eats the valves. If you have ever heard about the rheumatoid heart disease, it's the one which causes rheumatoid heart disease. So if it's not well managed, then you may think that it has disappeared, but it has hidden itself and it's working on the heart to bring a side effect, that condition which I've just said. So this lady, I prescribed vitamin C and garlic allium. She took only 2 bottles each. Vitamin C, and it was really wonderful because it never recurred. She said she even doesn't know what happened. So the issue about the tonsillitis, I know most children suffer from tonsils, and the parents, they are quicker to prescribe the antibiotics. Sometimes, if the antibiotics don't create, then it has an effect on then overall immunity, and they develop tonsillitis. With it can take Vita Square, they are able to swallow. Let them swallow garlic allium tablets. Garlic allium tablets are not chewed. And why don't they be chewed? It's because they have an active ingredient, which is called allicin. And allicin is hidden by an amino acid which covers the garlic tablets. This is to allow the tablets to escape being digested in the stomach. If you never knew, amino acids, or that's proteins, they are digested in the intestines. So when they pass through the intestines and through the stomach, they are not digested. They are pushed forward to the intestines. That's where their digestion takes place. And that's why I joke when I do a presentation, I tell people, go on slow on meat. Don't eat meat daily, because meat is digested in the intestines. And the more you put it there, and one serving of meat takes 3 days to digest in the intestines. So if you eat meat daily, then what we call putrefaction happens, rotting in the intestines. So let me just move away from that one. I go with the garlic. So these garlic tablets, they are not supposed to be chewed, because if you chew them, you expose the active ingredients, which is the allicin, and allicin is destroyed by digestive juices in the stomach. So garlic is supposed to be just swallowed the way it is. So when it reaches the stomach, then it's given a go ahead to move to the stomach, to the intestines. And in the intestines, the amino acid, which is from outside, is digested. Now it exposes the allicin, which is now activated. And once it's activated, now it moves faster to all the parts of the body. That's why garlic is very efficient for infections, because most of infections, they occur in the intestines. So children who can swallow garlic, they should be encouraged to swallow garlic together with vitamin C if they have an infection of the tonsils. It clears off very well, and it helps them nicely. Now, lastly, let me talk about the importance of omega-3 to the children, the developing children. In fact, it's just recently, last 2 weeks ago, when a parent, and then this is a principal, a director of a school, shared with me about how our boy has developed conversions. Yes, I heard about it, but when we met face to face, she asked me whether I had heard about it. And we shared, they said, the scan showed that the right part of the brain was not in balance with the left part of the brain when it comes to neurotransmission. It was processing information faster than the left part of it. And that one, it caused convulsions. Now, see, this boy is under very severe or very strong drugs. And now she was telling me that she's worried about the side effects of the drugs. So omega-3 is one of the major products. It can be given to the expectant mother. It works very well from there so that the developing brain can develop in a systematic way of transmission or of neurotransmission. And because see now the head is, we call it the central nervous system. What is just under the skull is a configuration of nerves. And those nerves are the ones which make us move and do everything. So children, they should be encouraged, or parents with young children should be encouraged to give them omega-3 because it helps them to proper configuration of the nervous system. And it would help them avoid several challenges which children get affected with if the nervous system is not properly configured. For example, many have not really come to understand that if a mother goes to the deliver and the bushing, that's in quotes, the bushing delays, most children, they suffer from cerebral palsy because when now the 9 months are over and the termination of the placenta from communication with the kid, now the kid has to move out as soon as possible. That's now to allow, because now the kid should now be independent. If the kid delays, what happens now? The brain misses some oxygen. And the brain, if it misses some oxygen, several of it dies. And once it dies, that's why you see parents who have challenges with cerebral palsy. It's because the brain died. So some, we see those who are affected in a large scale, but there are many children who need omega-3 to boost the renewal of the nervous system when it's young and to strengthen it. So parents should be encouraged to give omega-3. Omega-3 can be given as earlier as 1 day. You just puncture omega-3 and you give it out. It's not like the solid food, which takes 6 months for the system to function. Omega-3 can be utilized as earlier as even the 1 day. So I have seen children have been given omega-3 as earlier age, developing a sharp brain, which they overcome hyperreactivity because now the brain is able to concentrate and move forward in a way which is very interesting. So with that few remarks, I pray that we may encourage everybody to use the product. More others, there are more, but I just zeroed to omega-3, I've zeroed to liquid fight for the young children, 0 to 4 years. I've gone to vitamin C and garlic to the ones who are affected mostly with arthritis. Fred, back to you.
Thank you so much, Riphath. That was exciting. That was very, very exciting, very, very informative. And thank you, Emma, for that particular session. I think, Riphath, we'll have to invite you to do a session by yourself. I think you have too much information and we've given you very little time. So maybe we'll arrange something in the future. But guys, we have come to the end of our session. That's the kind of information you get on this platform in your life. You get a lot of information that you would otherwise have to pay for, but you get it free of charge. And that's the exciting thing about NeoLife. You get to associate with different professions, different leaders from very different backgrounds, and you get to learn from them. You get a lot of knowledge, which actually helps you to live a longer, healthier life. And we have come to the end of our session. This video will be available a little bit later. You can talk to the person who invited you. They will have it and they can be able to share with you. Next week, we'll be back again and we'll be having a different session, basically on health. But as we wind up, I just want to tell guys, if you want to meet some of these leaders face-to-face, if you want to mingle with them, get to learn from them face-to-face, we'll be at KICC on the 25th in our convention right there in the Royal Team Convention. Just an event to close the year. And you're most welcome to come and participate, come and enjoy, come and associate, come and rub shoulders with some of these people, and you'll be able to learn even more. But if you want to get the products, talk to the person who invited you. They'll be able to help you access the products. But like I always say, it is better to join and become a distributor and buy for yourself, because then you get to buy at wholesale price, which means you save between 20 to 30% off the purchase price. So you get to save quite a bit. And as you use these products, many people are going to ask you, they'll see a difference in your child, or your child will share with their child, like what Emma said. And you'll find yourself doing business by default, because people are going to start asking you for the products. They'll ask you, why are you looking good? Why is your skin looking good? Why is your son so sharp? I can tell, like, my kids have used these products and their performance in class is just amazing. My kids started on omega-3 when they were 1 day old. So what Riphath is saying is very true. You can start your kids off at 1 day old with omega-3. And like the latest girl that graduated in my family actually scored 408 points. And I've sold these products. And one other product I want to mention there is Mind Enhancement. I combine it with omega-3. And I've sold it to parents with candidates, and the performance that they end up with is just amazing. So if you're out there and maybe you have a candidate, maybe sitting exams, or somebody is going to become a candidate soon, make sure you give them these products. Or somebody is a bit slow in class, get them the products and you'll see a distinct difference in their performance. So we've come to the end of our session. Have a blessed evening, Sunday evening. I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday, when we'll be having a different presenter and a different session. But if you want to know more about the business, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., using the same link that we have on today, you can actually join in tomorrow at 8 o'clock and get to learn about the business side of things from one of our leaders all the way from South Africa. And who knows, you might just come in and become one of our top distributors. So thank you all. God bless you, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.